Hello and welcome back to this edition of Daily Actives brought to you by Bootleg Macro. I am Dustin and we are looking at NIO once again. This thing has almost essentially unchanged in the relative world of NIO, and I say that only because it moved 28 basis points today. After yesterday, it moved almost 8%. But I do see the most important thing is that the price has red lettering with a white background, which means that it is 3 standard deviations still above its current mean. It was up on the day, which is very positive for any of those bulls, especially the ones who got in yesterday. It does look like we did see a little drop off in the volatility of the volume, though. We're at 69 million shares traded. Yesterday, we we're at 84 million shares. There's a little bit of a difference there. I do see we still have a future path of a price to rise, and we have a 1 day, 5 day, 15 day, 1 month, and 3 month rolling positive return. Now, what we'd be expecting soon would probably be that 6 month rolling positive return. You'll have to get 5% higher. Not quite sure what that price is, but just pay attention to that. If we look at the signal on the short term, intermediate term, and longer term, it looks like we're still a go long. On the sentiment, we're on a short term, intermediate term, and longer term, still a bullish. We are looking at some incredible moves here in NIO, but I'd say we'd expect some sideways, most likely action here. There's the chart up close. We know what we're expecting from the sentiment. The thing I want to look at here specifically is the volatility. So we do see that the volatility is rising. We had a breakout day in volatility here. You see the correlation is still rising with it, which is positive to see. We may end up seeing the peaks though soon. It may end up rolling over. And what we'd want to see when it starts to roll over is we'd actually want to see kind of not what we saw here, but we do want the blue to start going negative, because when you start falling and the blue starts going negative, you're actually going to go sideways to up a little bit. So it's actually really good to see that the volatility is kind of peaking, and it looks like the correlation is actually peaking too. The reason I say that is because I don't see any time where the correlation has gotten above 63% correlated to the volatility. Right now we're already at 54%, so we're at a pretty good spot. We are at the top of the range, but that's not a big deal because these type of moves can definitely go sideways to up for quite a while if you believe in the long-term trend, which if we look here at the weekly trade range, you can tell there's a lot of places to go, and most of them are up, because down is most likely not going to happen because that would be zero. But tell me what you think in the comments below. Are you long? Are you short? Do you like it? Do you love it? Is this even a good review? And before you go, do yourself a favor. Subscribe to the New High newsletter. It comes out Sundays at 9 just for you. I'll talk to you soon.